Hi, ladies and gentlemen. We're your crazy science teachers.
Along with our special guests, the Muppets. Hi-ho!
And we are here to review with you, well, 4 eyes over here. Actually, 2, 4, 6 eyes. To review with you what you should know for your tests that will be this upcoming Tuesday.
The first thing we are going to review is the equipment that you need to know. There's one. You need to know goggles. You also need to know this. This is a graduated cylinder. Beaker is looking at eye level and looking for the meniscus, by the way. And the final piece of equipment that you need to know, hang on guys, is your triple beam balance, which we also used in class today. Now, as far as the lab safety information that you need to know, why do you need to have your hair tied back when you do an experiment, Mrs. Burke?
Telling Miss Piggy with this mop top of hair, you need to have your hair tied back for several reasons. The first one is it could catch on, as Anna would say,
fire!
The next one, it could get caught into something and get ripped out of your head.
Oh no!
The third thing is your long hair could knock something over. And the last reason is it could turn around and it could get dipped into a chemical. And it would be a bad case of getting your hair tips done and you would be missing some hair.
Yes. Okay, the next thing we want to talk about is safety equipment that we have in the room. One of the pieces of equipment we have is the eye wash, conveniently located behind me. Another piece of equipment is the fire extinguisher, which is located by the door in the front of the classroom. You also have the telephone that is also up in the front of the classroom, and you have in our desk drawer a first aid kit with some supplies such as Band-Aids and gloves. Next.
If anything ever spills or breaks in the laboratory, Beaker, do you know what we should do?
What's that?
No, Beaker, you should not run away. You should immediately tell your teacher or an adult in the room to make sure that the spill can get cleaned up and the broken glass can get cleaned up.
And Mrs. Burke and Mrs. Bunt are usually the closest thing to an adult that you will have in your classroom.
Relatively speaking.
Now, next, very important, the process of wafting and why we do it. The first thing you need to do is you need to keep, I need a beaker.
Yay, Beaker!
You need to keep the beaker an arm's length away from you. You don't want to hold it up to your face. The next thing you need to do is cup your hand. You need to stir the air or waft it gently towards you, and then you take small sniffs.
You can smell it.
Mrs. Burke, why do we do this?
Because if we don't, we will get a strong amount of the odor not diluted with the wafting of the air. And those strong chemical fumes can burn you. And as we discussed in class, it can cause third-degree burns inside your body. It can also do damage to your brain and other parts. So we want to take small little sniffs while we are wafting.
Now, Mrs. Burke and I are just wearing our goggles for fun, but there are certain times when you must wear your goggles. For example, while you are heating an object. Very important to have goggles.
Another time is you should be wearing goggles when you are working with any type of glassware.
Any type of sharp objects. Any chemicals.
And you also want to make sure that you have goggles on if you're using anything that can fly up into your face.
So, that about covers everything that will be on your quiz.
Test.
Test. On Tuesday. But speaking of quiz, you can use Quizlet to study for your test. You should have 36 terms starred. It is linked on our website under this week's date, and that will take you directly to your study set. You can do practice tests. You can do games. That will help you get ready. You also have notebook number 7, which covers R10 and R11 in your textbook. Textbooks, by the way, are downloaded onto your laptop, so you can also reference R10 and R11.
Definitely look in the textbook. That has more extensive information than worksheet number 7. So definitely look at that one.
Hopefully you are studying this weekend. If you have any questions on Monday, please let us know so that we can sort that out before your test on Tuesday.
And as a review in class, we will be playing
Cahoots!
Woo! So have a great weekend, review the video, and we'll see you Monday, and test is on Tuesday. Bye!
Bye.